HighScope creates a positive environment in many ways, which includes room layout, observations, storage, daily routine, child practitioner relationships, and materials and activities. We will discuss further each aspect of creating a positive environment throughout our presentation. The room layout of the setting has a huge role to play in creating a positive environment. One aspect of the room layout is to have each area for different activities easy to distinguish. For example, creative or art area, role play area, small world area, dress up area, construction area, and quiet area. Also, linked areas should be close together. For example, place the dress up area and the role play area beside each other if you notice that children use both of these areas for the one activity. Also, the quiet area should not be placed near a loud area, as the children will not be able to relax if the space is not quiet enough for them. The size of the furniture is another aspect of the room layout. Child-sized furniture helps the children feel more welcome and appreciated. Also, the layout of the equipment and storage is important for a positive environment for children. The equipment needs to be laid out so that children can access their own equipment easily. This gives them more independence in their early years setting. Children with additional needs should also be taken into consideration when thinking about room layout. Reasonable adjustments should be made to the rooms so that children with disabilities can be included. An example of this would be if a child had a walking disability, then a reasonable adjustment would be moving the resources that a child needs downstairs instead of upstairs. Observations are also important in creating a positive environment. It helps us as practitioners to learn about children's interests, what they find difficult, their developmental stage, their personality, and the skills they may need to improve. By observing, it helps us to plan developmentally appropriate activities for children that will develop and interest them. Observations are important as practitioners are better able to engage children in conversation and investigations that have the potential to extend their learning in both depth and breadth. Observations should be carried out regularly and documented so that the progression and difficulties are recorded and can be monitored. Observations help you to be more aware of children's needs, helping you to plan activities around their development. Storage also helps to create positive environments for children in preschool. It is important for children to feel recognised and that they belong, so every child having their own storage unit and coat hanger will help the children feel recognised in their setting. Labelling the children's unit and coat hangers help them to recognise their own name and space. Labelling is also important for children's materials and resources. This helps children to start to recognise letters. By placing a picture or the actual resource on the box will help the children to be more independent when choosing and tidying up materials. From the pictures shown, children will know where the resources are because of the pictures and the words. The storage of each resource is very important. For example, placing all the same type of resources together, like all the art materials. They need to be neatly stored away so that children can see each resource. Clear plastic boxes would be preferable, as children can see the materials better. Keeping the resources in the same place every day is also important for the children's structure.
The daily routine is the order of the day's events, each with a specified amount of time. When children can predict the order and the content of the day's events, they feel both reassured and empowered. According to the HighScope Educational Research Foundation, daily routine gives children the sense of security they need to make choices and take risks, which opens the door to exciting learning opportunities. Plan-do review is a critical and unique process in the HighScope curriculum. It involves all of the elements of active participatory learning and allows children to develop essential life skills. 10 to 15 minutes of planning time provides an opportunity for children to express their plan in actions, gestures, or words depending on their age and ability. The daily routine creates a sense of security and control for the children as they can predict the day's events. It supports initiative as it allows children to develop important concepts. It provides a social community for the children, and it also provides a framework for adults to observe and to plan for. Child-practitioner relationships are one of the most important aspects of early childhood. It is important that the practitioner and the child have a positive relationship, as the child and practitioner spend a lot of time together. It is the role of the practitioner to ensure that the child feels comfortable and supported in the setting, as interactions between children and adults intersects all aspects of their development. The practitioner supports the child development in relation to all aspects such as physical, emotional, intellectual, cognitive development, etc. The practitioner does this by providing the child with the resources needed and by doing activities with the children to promote these developments. If the child-practitioner relationship is bad, the child may not want to participate in the activity, and this could affect their development. There are many benefits to good child-practitioner relationships, such as there is a better understanding of the children and their families, and this information can make learning more enjoyable and rewarding for the children. It helps the children to develop a sense of identity and belonging in the setting by actively engaging in activities, and finally it provides an emotionally secure environment for the children. The materials that are provided and used in the setting are very important. The setting should offer an abundant supply of diverse, age-appropriate materials. Materials should be appealing to all senses and should be open-ended, as they can be used in a variety of ways and help expand children's experiences and stimulate their thought. According to high-scope implementation, materials should support children's interests, cultural backgrounds, and their developmental stages and abilities. Children use a variety of materials, including practical everyday objects, natural and fine materials, tools, messy, sticky, gooey, drippy, squishy materials, heavy, large materials, and easy-to-handle materials. Children should have space and time to get a chance to explore these materials. These materials should also be incorporated within activities. Activities also provide an opportunity for the practitioner to observe and see how the children use these materials and interpret them. According to Lisa Rogers, for children with autism, it is important to use visual cues to help children interpret information more effectively. To conclude this presentation, there are many factors that play a role in creating a positive environment for children in a setting. A positive learning environment is not only made up by one factor. Each factor plays a huge role in creating these environments. As was seen throughout this presentation, the learning environment should be child-centered, because at the end of the day, it is all about the child and encouraging child development.